I I have a question due to my mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I have a home that I've owned for about 17 years, and I'm paying a rate of interest of 10.1, if you can believe it.
Wow.
But I've never looked into refinancing the home until a few months ago. And the problem I'm running into is that banks don't want to take it because I owe approximately $48,000 on it. They're saying, "Hey, take a home equity loan, and we can help lower your interest rate."
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm trying to get out of debt to get my interest lowered. I've heard about all kinds of programs, but you're trying to give me more money,
Right.
and I'm trying to get this thing paid off.
Right.
You know, and I hear about different programs like HARP or several other ones. Is there any help you may, or any place you can, give me an idea of what to do with it?
Well, here's the thing, Don. The HARP programs or something like that, unless you're behind in your payments and you're struggling in some way.
No, I'm not there.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, but that's not going to help you. But let me just say this to you. I see what you're saying about the line of credit, but let me just kind of clarify a couple things for you that might be helpful. If you get a line of credit of $100,000 on your home, you don't have to use it. All you need to use is what it's going to take to pay your mortgage off. So you'll use that line of credit for 45 or 48, whatever you said, I forget, 48,000. You'll use that line of credit to pay that mortgage off. Now you will have a line of credit that it has $48,000, out on it, and you should be able to have a very good interest rate, somewhere in the fours, for that money. Now, the line of credit could very easily be, and may likely be, set up so that you only have to pay the interest. Of course, you're not going to do that. So what you're going to do is pay, ideally, pay as much as you possibly can towards the principal. And
I see.
and you can save a lot of money every month if you need to, but you still can work on getting that paid off. So regardless of the size of the line of credit, the key is to be disciplined, Don, that you don't use it. Only what you need to pay this 10% mortgage off. Okay? Now here's the thing. So that's the upside. So I would tell you from the upside standpoint, you may want to consider that. But let me tell you the downside. The downside, which I absolutely despise in any kind of mortgage, is the fact that the interest rate's going to be variable. Now, in other words, it could go up. Now, at the rate we're going, it is very unlikely that you're going to see any real increase in that mortgage, in that interest rate for, the next couple of years. But you would be at the mercy, of the Fed raising rates and doing different things to create a higher interest rate. So what I would try to do is I would get the line of credit, get the mortgage, pay off your mortgage, save yourself a lot of money, put as much as you can to it towards the principal every month or every week or whenever you can. And in the meantime, now you're going to look in the next 6 months, you're going to look for a mortgage to mortgage at a fixed rate, if you want to do this, at a fixed rate, your line of credit. And believe it or not, that will be easier than doing the reverse, what you're trying to do now. So that's just an option. Now, I would rather see you, Don, go get a 15-year mortgage or for the balance. That would be the ideal situation. And I believe that if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find somebody to take it. But I think you're going to have to get out of your local bank. Your local bank or your banks there are a good way to go for this line of credit idea. But I think you're going to have to go to an actual mortgage company or one of the big banks, one of the, Wells Fargo or JP Morgan or one of those, or maybe even a mortgage lender. The problem with that is the fees are going to be higher. You're going to have settlement costs that are going to be relatively high. And the ideal thing would be you be able to pay those fees at settlement or when you refinance, as opposed to putting it back into the mortgage. So I think you can get the mortgage. I think you're just going to have to shop around a little bit. But the alternative of a line of credit is not that bad. I don't like the idea that the rate can go up, but I think you ought to consider it. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much. I'm 70 years old and still working. I'm a house painter.
Okay.
I've been doing it a long time. So
how about
it? And work is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not behind on anything. Praise the Lord that I'm current. But it just seems that there's no money in it for the banks to. It's just not attractive to them to lend me the money. They're willing to give me more, which I'm going to take. What you advised me to do under consideration. So I thank you so much for that.